All right. Hello and welcome to Just Animals Podcast. I'm Ellen. With me, as always, is my dad, aka Guy,
Hello there, Pod World. This is going to be an exciting show.
in his Hawaiian shirt, like a typical white male tourist. Anyways, Sam the zookeeper.
Hello, everybody.
White male tourist.
You look okay. Shippy, back me up here. Does he not look like the cliche white man tourist?
Hold on.
Look, I'm in Hawaii. Look at my Hawaiian t-shirt. I'm in Hawaii.
My shirts
My
are
father wears a
natural
Hawaiian
fibers.
shirt every Sunday.
Amazing.
Who does?
Amazing.
My
Who does,
father, he
Shippy?
wears a Hawaiian shirt every day.
Good.
Or, every Sunday.
I love Hawaiian shirts.
And I hope you get him silk shirts, Shippy.
Okay,
Right.
so anyways, and live from Kansas City, Missouri, what's up, KC in the house? Shippy, who is actually a, what did we say, exotic pet owner, collector? What would be the correct term?
I'm actually, I'm an exotic animal breeder. I created a new frog species
Exotic
last
animal
year,
breeder.
Yeah.
But before anybody gets upset, and I know we address this all the time on our show about how people do not need to own exotic animals, Shippy is actually the one exception to the rule, seeing as how he actually used to build zoo enclosures and actually knows what the hell he's doing with these animals and how to give them proper care and give them, again, the proper care and meat and whatnot that they need. So the only person that I guess yes, the one exception to our rule is someone that actually knows what they're doing. And you were telling me you created your own breed of frogs. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, I did something everyone said they couldn't be done, and I did it, and it kind of pissed off a few people, but it is what it is. They're just mad because I did it first, I think. So.
Probably.
Nice.
Wait a minute. This isn't those frogs that are drinking that stuff from Alex Jones, right?
The gay frogs?
No.
Yeah.
No. No, actually, the fantasy frog has been known to be sterile for hundreds of years. It's always been a bred to frog, and then it was guaranteed to be sterile its whole fucking life, and it's not. I took actually another species of PacMan, the Rita, and put it with the fantasy, and actually produced them successfully. We actually called it a goblin. So it came
a goblin frog. Okay, this kind of sounds like some World of Warcraft frogs. Wow. If I'm gonna interject here, it's like fantasy
lime
frog,
green
goblin
and
frog.
red and white. It's crazy looking. It was actually born on Halloween.
Is it poisonous?
So that's where we got the name of it. No, it's not. It's still a PacMan frog. So just they get real big, fat, and they eat rats. They got teeth. They're fun.
Whoa!
So Shippy, are there any animals that you own that you need to have a permit for, or everything you have is not necessary? Permitting varies by state, I think.
State and county. County is very important. A lot of people live in the cities and they go to these reptile shows and they think they can just buy an animal and take it home, and they come to find out it's not true, and then the police show up to the house and animal control, and they confiscate it, and I get a phone call, and then I have to deal with your shit, and I'm over it.
Oh, so you're the guy they call. I was like, hey, we have an illegal exotic.
Shippy,
come
do
get
you sell it back to the store?
Well, no, usually not, because half time the stores can't take care of some of the stuff either. It's really poor to go into certain pet stores and see that, these things are in tanks and nothing has what it needs, and it's just, they're there for the money. They're not there for the care of the animal. So.
Oh, but that's great. You're that guy that the county calls. It's like, hey, we need you to come get this Komodo dragon real quick.
Well, I was just going to ask him if he had a Komodo dragon.
Now, the biggest thing I had is an Asian water monitor. His name was Armani. He was about 8 foot long. His hands were bigger than mine. Mine fit on a 5-gallon bucket. He was a big boy. He walked on a leash, sit on your lap, fall asleep. We sold him down to a zoo down in Texas. That's like a drive-through zoo or whatever. Now, Franklin Safari, I believe is the name of it.
Is that the one at the gas station?
No, it's not the gas station.
I didn't go down there. One of my
no, that's
helpers
in
drove down
Louisiana.
there.
Did he sit shotgun or did he drive?
He'll sit on the seat with you. He don't care. He was so laid back. I miss him. We have a baby one now. His name's Versace. He's number 2, but he's just a baby right now.
Okay.
I love monitors.
Yeah, that's a great little harness. I love that. I love seeing that.
They are super fun.
The thing I hate most is all these people sell these Nile monitors. Nobody knows how to take care of them. They're cheap. People take them home. They die. They kill them, or they put them in a 10-gallon tank and think they're going to be good. The biggest mistake in any reptile industry is
Reptiles are the worst.
Oh my
in the
God,
pet
they buy an
industry.
animal before they even have a setup, and they go home and they're like, "What am I going to do with this?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's the worst thing ever. Like I
Yep.
always build and design a cage before an animal goes in it. It's just common sense. But people
Wait,
get
how do
excited.
you
They
buy
just want to
something
spend.
and not have the tank for it? How does
It happens every day.
It's like bringing
Every day.
home a fish. And
People-
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Put in the sink?
Yeah, basically. Throw them in the
And
toilet
we have
for a little
Google
bit.
nowadays. People don't even Google things. They just buy it. Oh, I want it. Let me have it. And then they don't research at all about
Yeah, and
anything.
I mean, you have
they don't even
you have
look on the internet
you have
about
limited research.
how to do it, what to feed it.
Yeah, and I mean it's irritating in a way because they're like,
Well,
"Oh,
that's
I
just so
killed the
crazy.
animal. It's your fault." And it's their fault because they didn't have proper housing
No,
or anything.
Right. So you're telling me
Humans are
people will
garbage.
get geckos and like tropical geckos and not have like the heating pad in the tank for it? Like, is that how stupid people are?
Oh, it's so. Oh God, it's so common. Like one of my giant my snake room, what used to be my snake room, it was all temperature controlled and regulated and
Is
everything.
that
And I had
a
racks
snake
for
room?
breeding for ball pythons because they're pet rocks. They don't do anything. They're just a useless snake, I swear. But people buy them, and that's what they like. So my room's all temperature controlled, regulated. It's all monitored, all controlled system through my phone and everything. And all these racks that I custom design and build,
Right.
they're all plastic and everything else. They're my design, and they don't have no heat in them because the temperature room controlled. Well, I cleared out the room to sell it some of these racks because
Right.
I was doing my frogs, and my frogs are completely different. And I sold these racks to people, and they were putting snakes in them, and they didn't put no heat in them. So these snakes are like ice cold, and their snakes are getting sick. And they're like, "Well, why is it getting sick?" I'm like, "I told you it needed heat, and it's designed to put heat in it." And these people are just idiots. And it's just like you
Shippy, do you
shouldn't even own
control
an
the
animal.
humidity in your room?
Oh yeah, fully monitored, controlled temperature to everything. I use Sensor Pro Plus that fully monitors everything.
What-
I mean, to the T.
So
That's great.
what humidity are you running those animals at? Range-wise,
Well,
a
each
range of
species
humidity.
varies. I mean, 40 to 99%. Dart frogs
Wow.
especially need the
Ooh.
most humidity.
It's the rainforest.
Mm-hmm. It's hot and
I
humid.
like 40
miserable.
myself, to tell you the truth. But down here in Nevada, without artificial moisture,
Yeah, you
it's
guys got
20,
no humidity.
25.
He doesn't
I don't
care.
I love
He doesn't
it out there.
care.
I get humid out there. We get 80% humidity of hell.
Oh yeah, no, the Midwest is no joke with the humidity.
Oh, yeah. Snow one day,
y'all's
80
humidity
degrees the next day.
is oh God. I don't know how y'all do it. But speaking of that, that just
don't
blows
either.
my mind because it's like the quintessential picture is a lizard or a snake sitting on a rock in the desert. So how that doesn't translate to people thinking, oh, I should probably get it a heat lamp and a heating pad. Like when I got my gecko in college, I was doing like heating pad research, like what's the best kind, like what's not going to blow up the tank, like, making sure it'll fit properly, got him like the special lights. I mean, I had it all pretty much dialed in, but I can't believe that people don't understand that they need heat.
Well, what's the first thing you're going to show us, Shippy?
Well, like I said, I'm low on animals right now because I'm actually getting ready to move to our new private zoo and everything else like that. So we're really low on animals right now, so they're kind of scattered everywhere. But I do have the coatimundis because those are my bears, my little wolf, dog, bear, puppy things. So I always keep them around. So I'm about to grab them out of their enclosure. They're in the other room.
And you have a kinkajou?
I have 2 kinkajous, yes.
So they didn't bite you like Paris Hilton, right? Kinkajou.
No.
Or do you have Paris Hilton's kinkajou?
No. Mine are a little bit cheaper.
You want me to tell you? I took care of a kinkajou at one of the zoos I worked at, and it was what's his face's? He's got Alzheimer's now. Weirdo.
Oh yeah. I know what you're
Jack
talking
Hanna.
about.
It was Jack Hanna's
Yeah, Jack
daughter's
Hanna.
kinkajou.
Mm-hmm.
How we got it, I don't know.
They're not really an animal to like play with. I mean, they're nocturnal. They're just a big sugar glider that just hates
I was going to say, if you're up all night. Yeah, she was not nice. She wasn't anybody's favorite.
She was.
No.
I mean,
she was nobody's favorite animal.
Mine are not really mean. I mean, they're a little skittish, but I mean, they'll let you touch them and stuff, but they're just like, hey, it's daytime. Why the hell are you messing with me? So, but I'm going to grab someone real quick. I'll grab
Okay.
my wild child.
And then I also had a friend in zoo school who had a coati.
Oh,
Coati?
really?
Coati.
What's
That's
that?
what he's getting. What he's getting. Coatimundi.
Oh, coatimundi.
Well, I thought it was coatimundi.
What is
We always
coatimundi?
said
What kind of
coati.
animal is it?
You'll see. It's like
It's
Central American raccoon, but
Yeah.
much cuter.
They're super cute. They're
Oh,
super
does it have a
destructive.
long tail? Is it got
Yes.
a prehensile
Yes.
tail?
Oh, there it is.
It's
There
not
it is.
prehensile, but it's long. See, the tail looks
But
like
they like walk
a
like
raccoon too.
with the tail like straight up, moving like that. It's very.
Yeah,
Ooh,
okay. So
just
there's a
fun.
picture on the internet where there's a picture on the internet, and it's old, but there's a group of coatis, and they look like brontosauruses. Have you ever seen
Right,
that
they
one?
do with their tails.
Yeah, with their tails up.
Yes.
Shippy, is that a primate?
No, they're
No.
just. I mean, they're a raccoon basically. No, you stay off the phone.
Oh, raccoon.
I'm gonna grab the other one real quick.
So-
That's Nebula. She's a wild child.
Okay.
It's a raccoon. Okay. And what is
Yeah,
it called?
they're related
Coatimundi?
to Coatimundi, or whatever you want to say.
How do you spell that?
COATI
Coati.
MUN.
Oh,
You
wait
can
a
just put
minute. It's not.
coati. You can just put coati. It'll come up when you do coati. Ah, look at you.
They're so cute.
This is Carl.
It
He's
almost
my
has a
ham.
nose like.
Carl?
Hey, Carl.
Carl. Oh, what a lovely
Aw.
boy.
Oh my, look at him. He's like a dog.
Oh,
I want people to show us their things more often. I want to.
I know. Well, okay, Sam.
Come
This
here,
isn't that kind of
girl.
show. This isn't that kind of show. Relax. Okay.
They're animals.
Stacy, they want to see Beaver.
No, shut it.
He's just my
Okay, so
little-
anyway,
he's
so
my little bear
Shippy,
puppy.
so how did you get those two? Are they breeding pair or brother sister?
They're a breeding pair. He's a little bit older. He's a little bit, I think, off in the head. So that's why his name's Carl.
Oh.
So he's a little slow, but he's just lovable. Nebula,
Okay.
I got Nebula as a baby, and she's just my little sprung out wild child, and she just goes nuts. She was the one that was in the
Is
music
she
Okay.
video.
super destructive?
No, she's not. She just has
Wait,
a ball of energy.
Oh, well.
Okay.
I had a friend in zoo school that had one, and hers was
Just destroyed
tore
everything.
the place apart. Yeah.
Well, I mean, see, babies
yeah,
don't
so-
want to do that, but you have to kind of train them to not be they get she knows what no means.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do those
They're
things eat,
super
Shippy?
trainable.
They actually eat monkey biscuits. As a primary diet, and then
Oh.
I mix fruits and vegetables in there, and as treats, they really like mealworms and stuff. Because I mean, they're long
Ooh.
snouts. They're designed to dig down into roots and trees and stuff,
Yes.
so they can get bugs and stuff. I know.
Okay.
So do you have to do like a special, enrichment where you put the food in a thing that would be
Like a Kong.
based on
Oh,
their,
yeah, Kong.
like a Kong?
Yeah, I mean it's a
So
really
do
good
you
way
use
to.
do you use Missouri chimp biscuits
Hold on, you're
or something?
talking
Monkey
over him.
biscuits?
Yeah,
You're talking
Missouri.
over him.
Missouri's
Oh,
what I
sorry.
use.
See, how'd we know?
Hey, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Big. It's big
It's, I
company.
mean, it's definitely top
Okay.
of the line on their products, and especially for primates. I mean, it's great. I know, Carl.
Hey, do you have a hookup at Missouri, by the way? Because we're trying to get them on the show, and they don't return the phone call.
Usually, I mean, I just go to a local feed store and they just pile it up, whatever I want.
Oh yeah, well, the local feed store. I've been trying to
Oh.
call them, and I guess they don't need the advertisement because they're selling their
No, they
stuff
don't.
too.
Right. Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
they've got people like Shippy who goes and rescues animals in the middle of the night from a cracked.
Related
Hey, speaking
to
of that, have you ever go rescue? Because drug dealers always want to have crazy animals. Have you ever go rescue like an
alligators.
alligator in the middle of Kansas City? Or
Yeah,
something?
there's a certain place that they go to because where I'm at, I can't have alligators here. Not yet, but the new place I can
Okay.
because of the state or the city regulation. Hi, Nebula, my little wild thing.
Right.
She'll raise her hair up on her back. She gets all excited and just. Come here.
So, do they ever hang by those tails, or they don't use the tail for grasping?
No, they're
Okay.
funny though. You can tell when they're running around because their tails are always up in the air, so they're like a little land shark.
Okay.
Oh, there's the tail. So where would our listeners find these guys typically when they're not in a nice on a nice couch?
South America.
Well, like their enclosures are full of like big trees and places to climb, and I like to use like I have a buddy that owns a wheel shop, so we get like these really big tires, and I'll mount them up in the walls, and they'll actually play up in them, and like make beds out of them up inside of there versus playing with everything. They love like little keys and anything. The one thing about them is like you have to negotiate with them. You can never take anything away because they will literally rip your face off. Because once it's theirs, it's theirs. So you got to trade them something. They're very big on negotiating. That's what I mean. Any primate, not to take anything. If a primate has something, you don't take it away. I mean, unless you want some real problems.
Is that true, Sam?
That is very true.
Yeah, oh, really? I never knew that they had to do a bartering system with them.
They will chew your face off. Yeah, you have to give them something.
These guys are huge.
If you drop something. Yeah.
So what are your usual trade items? Like, do you trade them an iPad for like a biscuit?
Just give them like another toy or something, like something that's shiny or that rattles or something like that. Something just to take their mind off it because they're just go go go. Because I mean, they don't sleep at all. Like they play like 20 hours a day of nonstop. They are just go 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 go. They're just wild childs.
That's so crazy. I never knew that with primates. You got to always tradesy. Wait,
are they primates? I'm looking at their species data.
No, they're not primates.
No,
they're not primates.
No, they're part of the raccoon family.
Carnivore. Yes.
Yeah, they're part of the raccoon family. We established that, but the bartering system. So will they like take your stuff and go into their little habitat with it, or when they have a chance?
Oh yeah, they'll run away with it because they know that you're going to come get it. They know what's valuable, what's not. Carl, come here.
So do they have any features like, if a stranger comes over?
No, because I have so many people constantly coming in and out of my house, friends and stuff. Like they bond with everyone. They see people and they're just like, play with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're like, oh, showtime.
So I mean, that's the
very
big
socialized.
Thing. That's the big thing with a lot of my animals. I always socialize with a lot of people, so that way there's constant. There's no fear. There's no discouraged. There's no anger, nothing like that. Now my big pigs and stuff like that, they're very protective of me. You get near me, they're gonna rip your arms, legs off, wherever they get a hold of you because I got big pigs.
Big pigs.
Ooh.
Yep. So they were rescued as like a pot belly.
Can't wait
he was a pet. He's got his own Facebook. His name's Hammy Shippy. He's great. Come here, Carl.
Hammy Shippy. Wait, let's look him up. Wait, let's be his friend. I want to watch him. I want to look at him.
So I'm sure Hammy Shippy's going to enjoy being on the farm. So when you get your farm set up, you're going to have to come back and give us a full farm tour.
Oh yeah, he'll talk to you and just have a good old time with you. But I mean, he's always been protecting me. Like nobody gets between me and him.
He's your guard pig.
They're very smart animals.
Very. I mean, they're the fourth smartest animal in the world.
So here's a question for you, Shippy. People, like you said, they think they're going to get a potbelly pig, and it winds up being a domestic pig.
It's not a fucking potbelly pig. It's a farm pig.
It takes up the whole pot. So how would someone protect themselves? Would they have to see the mother and father? And I don't even know if that would protect them. So how do they ensure they're getting the real deal?
The key thing of buying a micro pig, because I have micro pigs, the key thing about having them is seeing the breeders, knowing how old they are, having a trustworthy breeder. Because, I mean, this was supposed to be a mini pig, and he's 250 pounds easy. But, I mean, he's still mini.
That's not a mini pig.
Yeah, there he is.
He's got a hat on?
That's Shippy.
It looks like Bubba.
He's adorable.
Oh, yeah, he's a big old goof. But he
is
loved
he
being inside.
housebroken?
But, oh, yeah, he litter box trained when he was like 4 days old.
Interesting.
They're very intelligent. Yeah, he'd go in the litter box, go to the bathroom, and then go back on and he'd lay in between me and the bed. But now he lives outside because he just loves being outside.
I love animals.
Okay, he's like, I'm happy here. Leave me.
He loves outside.
He's got his little friend.
He's got a friend, and her name's Annabelle. He's fixed, but she's a micro. But I mean, micros are still 60, 75 pounds.
I was gonna say we say micro, but it's not what people think when you say micro. It's not this little teacup thing that people have. But they're.
Well, I mean, it's micro compared to 1,000. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it.
You gotta. Yeah. Exactly.
Carl,
that's nuts. So wait, Sam, can you send me the pictures of the pig, because that's actually adorable. So with the pig, so what's the craziest thing you've been asked to go like wrangle? Like, wouldn't have the cops called you and been like, "Hey, we need you to come get X, Y, and Z"?
Well, I did have the cops come to my house one time because I had some cobras and stuff I wasn't supposed to have, but that was a different story, different time before I got real big into the animals. The whole police department showed up. They're like, "We've never heard of this before. We had to come see." It was funny, but I mean,
so who at the police department handles the animal, or do they have a game warden come? Who takes?
The guy that I deal with a lot, he's the one who took my animals, and then he gave them back to me like about a week or two later once I started realizing and we learning what was going on. He's just like, you just can't have them in this area, which I learned zoning basically at that point.
Okay.
And I got to pay a nice little ticket, so it's whatever.
Right.
You learn.
So are you moving further out into the boondocks so you can have more animals?
Yeah, I need a lot more land so that way we can put out some giraffes and a few other things.
Giraffes. What was that giraffe's name, Eliana? Oh, Bunny.
Jax. He was very famous. So we met a retired actor giraffe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I didn't know that their acting life is very short because they outgrow their stupid carrier, their crate, and then they also become too big for the shots. So they have to use young giraffes when they use live giraffes in movies. They have to get young ones that aren't super tall yet because otherwise the frame is too large.
Yeah.
So which ones were the star of Jerry's music video, or were they both in the video?
I didn't bring Carl because, like I said, Carl's a little off in the head, and he's still like, he's hectic around, certain things like, he trusts people and he likes to be loved on. I don't know if he's autistic or what. He only deals with so much. And I'm serious. And then like with music videos and all the loud noises and stuff going on, I just didn't want him to feel uncomfortable or be scared.
And the smells and the movement, yeah.
It's all new area. We're in a hotel that's super fancy, and I'm like, I'm not chasing these two, crazies around. She's already enough of a handful. But she's the full sprung, and she's always about energy and lots of stuff going on, so it was perfect for her.
Okay. So did you like have a little cat carrier for her or for them, like when you take them to go do video shoots, or how does that work?
Yeah. I mean, I just put her in like a little kennel and took her with me. I mean, is the strange thing about it is Strange Music. The owner Travis O'Gwen, him and my father grew up their whole lives together, like childhood friends, like their whole entire life. So I've always been around the music industry forever. And he's always known I did into weird animals and snakes, and he's like, you keep that shit away from me, because he's always terrified of it. So when he showed up, he was like looking around like, what do you bring? Like, damn snakes. Right, I mean, I had retics and stuff that are 20 foot long. I mean, so it's like, he wasn't all about that.
Right.
So
he's like, you and your animals go way over there and stay over there.
Those weird ass animals, bring him. So I brought some stuff that was like, I know.
So Shippy, do you build enclosures for zoos or just like stores?
You're talking over him.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a delay, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. It delays sometimes when you guys are talking, so it's all good. But no, I build like custom enclosures that are zoo style for like, private investors and people that want to have their own stuff, a proper setup for the animals they buy, basically. Or like a customer of mine that wants to get down out of there, want to buy, like an animal from me, and I want to make sure they're set up properly.
Gotcha.
Oh, you're right. They do know. Is that Nebula?
Yeah, that's Nebula. She's never in this room.
Oh, so she's got to check out everything.
Yeah, so she's being usually she's upstairs running around the living room, but she's never down. This is like the gaming producing room, blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
Well, they seem a lot friendlier than raccoons. Raccoons can be pretty nasty.
You'd be surprised when you see some ones that are like, they've been raised as babies. Like, they're just big old, just lovable cats. But, I mean, anything in the wild. I mean, if you go see one of these in the wild, you're not going to go up and pet it. It's probably going to rip your face off or try and steal everything out of your pockets. Especially if you got keys.
Yeah. Bunny, one time your mom and I, we were in Emeryville, and there was raccoons in the parking lot, and they started hissing at us. There were like 3 raccoons, and they went...
Ew. Oh, do they like the keys like babies?
It's enrichment.
Okay, so I don't know if you answered this. You probably did. I think it cut out. But have they ever called you up after a drug bust? Because drug dealers always have crazy animals. And have you had to rescue something from a drug
I've
bust?
never had to. I mean, I hear about them sometimes, but like I said, if it was an alligator, it goes to outside to different places like that. But I mean, that's the biggest thing. Is I don't know what their enrichment of like having weird animals, or I don't know if it's like a power thing or whatever. There's a few people that have like larger cats and stuff like that, or up north. But I mean, I've never had issues like that. I've had people offer, if I wanted a bear and some random shit like that, but nothing I've had to go babysit basically.
Right. I don't know. Okay. That's so crazy.
Anything
I got
money.
this bear. Do you want it?
Yeah, basically.
No.
Yeah, I wonder when somebody says, you know what, this bear is a little too much for me.
Yep. That's how it happens. And then it's just people, I mean, you can buy anything with money. I mean, let's be real.
That's true.
Anything you want, you can buy. It's how much
buy
you
people.
want to spend. You buy people, drugs, animals.
Yes.
Yep. Anything.
That's how I got my Russian bride, Natasha.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why at the zoo that I worked at in Florida, we had a yearly bring your exotic pet to us.
The drop off that you got.
And then no questions asked. We'll give it over to you, or give it to us, and
we won't
go on
charge
your
you or nothing.
So we did that once a year, and we got a lot of weird things. Like we've got a sloth, we've got alligators, of course, because we're in Florida, and all kinds of things like that. All kinds of birds. But yeah, that's how we got a lot of our animals, and then we distribute them through other zoos.
Yeah, people don't know how to take care of stuff, and they eventually get rid of it and stuff. I mean, it's I just sent I sent my porcupines. They're down in Florida right now. My porcupines are assholes.
Oh wait, you have porcupines?
Yeah, I had some big African cresteds. They're just terrifying. But we sent them down in a truck to Florida. They'll chase you and run you down. They run backwards.
I was gonna say they'll get you backwards. That's how they stick you with their quills.
Yeah, I know.
They run backwards and corner you.
And they chew up everything and dig up everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So are they bigger than North American porcupines?
Yeah. They're like the largest porcupine. They're like 3 foot tall, 3 foot wide.
Oh shit.
They're just, what was that?
It's a capybara.
It wasn't an aardvark, but it had. Oh, you have a capybara?
No, not right now. We don't. Carl, get on the light.
They're pretty nice.
Cat, leave the lights.
Yeah, I love cappies.
They're very. They feel wiry on their fur, or what do you call that?
Sam, there's this
bristly.
capybara in Las Vegas that goes to the farmer's market.
No, he goes to the First Friday.
First Friday.
It's like an art thing, and he brings them in a wagon. He hauls them in like a red, red flyer.
Radio flyer.
Yeah. Radio flyer.
And he lets people. I have a picture with him. He lets people. It's like
a giant guinea pig.
They're
they shit in the water. It's something else when you got to clean up with them. They shit in the water. It's so disgusting.
Oh.
But I mean, if they do big old turds, it's not like they diarrhea of the water, but still.
Yeah,
our cappies had a big pond, and we just had a pool.
Does the kinkajou get along with the?
No, I keep them separated. They're too much energy.
Okay.
Oh, will they kill each other?
They're just too much energy and ball. They'll just freak out. Kinkajous are like just so like, don't touch me.
Interesting. That's so weird because again, you see dumbasses like Paris Hilton like, I'm gonna have a pet kinkajou, and then it bit her ass, and then it turns out actually you're trying to make something a pet that's not a pet.
Yeah, they don't. So, they're not a handleable kind of animal. Like they're like a look at.
Okay.
Which I don't understand why people think they're like the best. You want an exotic animal that's super fun, playful. Coatimundis, Nebula. I swear to God, you're gonna go time out.
Right when you say how wonderful they are, I swear to God.
Right. They're so cute. Great. I've got to put you in your kennel.
They're just a little toddler. Just gets into everything.
Yeah.
She's She found the LED light strip, and she's just so fascinated with it. She wants to rip it off the wall.
Oh, Shippy, perfect. She's redecorating. So you're welcome.
Do the coatimundis sleep in a crate, or do they sleep in a bed, or what do they?
They have a full walk-in enclosure. They got their own bed to walk. They have their own thing, so they're in a full. They can run around. Nebula.
Do they claim a bed, or do they share?
Sleep together. They sleep up together in a tire. I give them options everywhere they can sleep, but they like to be at the highest point. Little.
But they're great. They're great.
They're setting his house on fire.
Right.
Oh my God.
Poor little thing.
They have a nose to smell things, and we're definitely a green state over here now, and they really like the smell of green.
Really?
That's dangerous. They'll eat it all.
Like Carl broke out of his cage one day and ate my stash, and was sitting in the corner like.
Maybe that's why he's so laid back.
Maybe that's why. Maybe you gave him. Maybe he has like weed-induced autism. Maybe.
No, he was already a weirdo. He was paranoid. I picked him up. And he just like, ooh, like I'm like, yeah, you got a trip, didn't you, boy? So that's what they're trying to get a hold of.
Ah, yes. Okay. That's so funny. They're just like, oh. They're wonderful pets, as I again threatened to put it back in its crate.
Yeah, but no, it's they are great though. I mean, for an exotic animal, they're super affordable,
right?
And yet they're great to play with. Like they're super fun. I mean, it's just like I said, it's like having like a 2-year-old or a toddler running around. I mean, they're gonna get us stuff, but God, they just want to play with you and just have fun.
Right, and be engaged.
Would they walk on a leash?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you have like your harness for them?
I don't give them a harness because I'm pretty strict with them, so they know their limits.
Oh, okay.
So they don't wander far from me. Now, if I had one that I wasn't sure about, yeah, I definitely harness train your animal, especially if you're going out in public where it's wide open. All my places are area controlled, so I don't have to worry about them just running out in the street or something like that. Like I keep an eye on them, and I always do like a high perimeter fence and stuff like that. I mean, they like to climb, but.
Do you ever use them as like animal ambassadors, like Miss Sam has done at the zoo? Where you use them to like take to schools or something like that.
That's basically what these guys would be used for. Yeah, that's why I'm so strict with them, and that's why they're here with me because I like to keep them, and keep people entertained, and and keep them educated. And yes, I mean, people need to know what to have and what not to have. Like I don't take stuff to go, this is absolutely what you want. No, like. I'm going to tell you, no, this is not what you want because this is a lot of responsibility. I mean, their feed, their diets, I mean, their housing. I mean, when you Google images, some of these breeders down in Texas and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, you just get like a large parrot cage and that's what they live in the rest of their life. And that's what it shows on Google. Google
too big for that.
Cage.
That animal's too big for that.
And that's what they show.
No,
that's how they show how to take care of
gross.
That's torturous.
Gross.
So.
That is disgusting.
I mean, my pen's small for one of them, but I mean that's
person shouldn't do it.
But they're 12 foot by 7 by 7, but that's still I think even small for one.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're going to have I think it's a 40 by 20 play area is what they're about to have at their new place.
Oh, nice.
So I like to spoil my animals.
Well, and as you should.
I mean, they just they're in the wild. They got all the room in the world to play.
Right. Yeah.
Do they like to climb?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said that like 5 times they like to climb.
Arboreal.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so they like to play whatever. I mean, they can climb anything. Like I mean, I just watched her climb a wall on this damn shelf when I had to go get her. But she's so excited because she's in this new area and she sees there's a bunch of fun things up on the next shelf and that's what she's trying to get to and you ain't getting it.
Oh, she's just like very overstimulated.
Oh, yeah, she knows
to get to that doobie is what she's trying to get to.
Hi, Carl. You my sweet boy. Hi, Carl.
Did you have Carl as a baby, or how did you end up with Carl?
Carl was actually at an auction, and I got him because I was like, well, Nebula, because I had 2 babies, and the other boy died. He got too roughed up as a baby, and I think she like broke one of his ribs, and it did an internal puncture. Oh. So by the time we got to it, it was too late.
It's too late.
So I was time out. Are you telling me you get them at an exotic animal auction? There's an exotic animal.
Oh yeah, you just go to the auction. You buy whatever you want: tigers, lions, bears. Oh my!
Get out of here!
Oh yeah. Anyone could just go up there and buy whatever you want. Like there's kangaroos.
What is this like Meacham Auto? The exotic car auction place. Same place.
It's called the Macon auction.
Yeah.
And it's
like in Macon, Georgia?
It's in Missouri. It's like 2 hours north. It's almost Iowa. But
stop off and get some food while you're there too.
It's always like every 2 or 3 months, and ostriches and bison, elk, exotic cows, deer, birds, gators, anything and everything. I mean,
along 680 in Alamo, bunny.
Yeah, I know the emus. Or
No,
emus.
there's a zebra and a camel up there now. Yeah, we just saw that last week.
Shh. You sure that isn't Shippy's place?
No, in the same location that we had the emus, they have a camel and a zebra. I don't know how they got a zebra.
Zebras will fuck you up, I heard. Is that true? Can you two corroborate that?
They can be mean. They like to bite. But
that's what I've heard.
But if it's nice, it's worth some money.
Oh, okay. So if it's tall, like if it's tolerable around people, like
if you got an angry normal zebra, it's about $1,500. But if you got a halter broke one, it's $10,000.
Whoa.
Well, how do we break zebras?
It's like dealing with a
before the zebra kicks you in the nuts.
Yeah, I've got a couple zookeeper friends that got kicked
in the nuts.
Zebras?
No, not in the nuts, but in the stomach, in the back.
Did it fuck them up? Oh, did they have internal? They
quit working with zebras. They said, "I'm not working with these things anymore."
Yeah, I've heard zebras are like, everyone's like, "Oh, it's a sweet little zebra," and it's like, no, the zebra will fucking like crush your skull. It does not care.
And I worked with the Grevy zebras at the zoo in Florida, and we were not. It was super protected contact because they were not nice. So
it's like ostriches and cassowaries. You just don't want to mess with them.
Cassowaries. We've talked about that one. We've had.
That's the death
Sam
chicken.
worked with cassowaries.
That's a velociraptor, dude.
That's the death
chicken. Dinosaur.
Yeah, that is the
death chicken.
Murder chicken.
Do people own those things, Shippy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Did they get killed by them?
We so in Florida, we actually gave our female to these dudes that were I think they just had a lot of money, but they were biologists. So, and one loved cassowaries, and they had double wattled, and they had 2 single wattled cassowaries, and they had, I think they were the only ones in North America that had a single wattled, and they actually got the very last single wattled cassowary that was allowed to come out of Papua New Guinea was exported to them. That was years ago. But I met those 2. We went to their farm up there. It was fucking amazing. They had a ton of cassowaries, and our female that we gave him bred with a male that he had, and then they gave us 2 of their babies.
Was that Ginger and Sydney?
Yeah. Well, Sydney died, but after Sydney died, Ginger went to these dudes, and she.
Okay.
They actually renamed their male Fred, so it was Fred and Ginger. So. Yeah, but we got
Shippy, what's in that container? Because that
I know they're very interested in the container.
Wants whatever's in there.
It's not that. It's got a shiny thing on top. It's got the little lid. It's like a
there's nothing in there.
Shiny thing.
Yeah, we used to this is like my snack
fucking
room.
Toddlers, man.
Room. I mean, there's a refrigerator.
Shiny things.
They want the snacks.
They're gonna be in your fridge in a minute.
Yeah, they can try. Carl don't care. Do you, baby? You want to talk to me? Come here.
So do you have any like normal pets? Do you have like a dog or a cat, or is that too mainstream for you?
I have a French bulldog. His name's Chowder.
Okay.
Chowder.
Like off the cartoon.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know Chowder.
That's so cute. All right. Well, when you get your new ranch, your exotic animal ranch set up, we definitely would love to see all of them, and maybe we'll have to come to Kansas City and come see everybody in person.
Yeah, you can come out and check everything out. We should have everything all set up, and we'll have some camels, and we'll have ostriches, and we'll have bison.
Man, your monthly bills must be fucking out of this world.
Yeah, are you selling kidneys on the side? Like,
right?
Well,
animals are expensive.
Normal job that pays very well, so this is just it's whatever.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Plus, if you take some of those animals, a harnessed zebra to the auction, he can make some money buying a rough zebra and bringing back a harnessable one.
Well,
that's the 10 grand profit.
Well, I mean, what's the real good money was the frogs. I mean, it's crazy to think, but PacMan frogs only come from like 3 to 4 breeders in the whole United States. It is literally the hardest thing I've ever bred in my life. And
I gotta look that up.
And now we gotta look up all your frogs.
And then the key thing about like the PacMan frogs is like only so many people, like these old school guys that have been doing it for 15, 20 years. I've only bred frogs for like 3 years, and I created like one actual new species and like 3 different new morphs in just a short time.
Wow.
But I mean, I can usually breed anything I get a hold of, from snakes to lizards, monitors, whatever. But frogs is absolutely my biggest challenge I ever had. I mean, the genetic compound in them is just unreal.
Oh, the PacMan frog is very pretty. It's got green and red.
Oh, yeah.
So are you going to get back into frogs? Is that a plan of yours?
All my frogs now are in Florida.
Ah.
The guy that used to help me, he went down there and helped a company, and that company bought out my frog business and all the rights and my trade secrets on breeding them, so that way they were able to breed more of these frogs. But I mean, yeah, they're all in Florida right now. I'm not sure what the place is, but they paid a really nice chunk of money to have what I have.
Okay, well, that's
Did you
fair.
feed them PacMan frog food?
Lots of rats, pinkies, lots of crickets.
Pinkies?
And
pinkies, aren't those the little babies?
Yep. The frogs ate more bloodworms, a lot of bloodworms, like 1 pound to 2 pounds every single day. Look, Carl.
Wow.
Well, you know, frogs are very important for the environment. They eat a lot of bugs.
Not these guys. They're lazy and fat. I mean, my pixie frog was about the size of a 5-gallon bucket, and they're just a big old sludge.
What?
Did they make a lot of noise?
Only during breeding.
Yeah.
And they have the highest pitched sound. Wow. Wow. And it's just and it's funny thing is, I used to have them in the house in the basement, and the girlfriend was like, "Oh my God, I'm tired of hearing these things." I'm like, "They're getting it going. Leave them alone."
They're trying to get it on.
So where we used to live in Walnut Creek, California, we had a pond, and some years the frogs would come, and boy, they would just make so much noise, and other years they just didn't come. I don't understand why they came and why they didn't come, but boy, they were noisy.
And see, and here's the thing about it: a frog only makes noise when it's breeding.
Say again?
Oh, no. So you mean all summer long these frogs are just getting their frog freak on?
They stop.
Yep.
The frogs stopped coming because of the heron. Because once the goldfish, we populated the pond with the goldfish, so then the heron started coming, and then that's why the frogs stopped coming. Because I looked it up.
Oh, the heron.
The heron eat frogs.
Eat frogs.
Mom, why do you look like you're 4 feet tall?
Oh, you guys, why are you laughing at me?
See?
She looks like she's 4 feet tall.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
okay.
Here.
Oh, Mom, look at him. Mom, look.
Left here.
Okay.
I'm gonna let her take over.
No, I don't want to take over.
No, look at him. Look at how cute. Is that Carl? Look.
Yeah, this Carl.
All right, you have to show her Carl again.
Oh, who's that?
That's a coatimundi.
Coatimundi.
It's like a giant raccoon.
He's a pet?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
His name is Shippy. That's Sam.
I see him.
I think Mom knows Sam. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, he's got Carl and Nebula.
Nebula. Oh my.
Yeah, like the movie off of Guardians of the Galaxy, because Nebula was a fire child too. So.
Oh.
Yes, they've got quite the personalities. They're very inquisitive.
Oh boy. How old are they?
One's about a year and the other one's about 3 years.
Oh, so does that equate to their puppies, their toddlers, or what are they?
One's older, like he's an adult, and the other one's like a teenager.
Oh, okay.
Because when they're babies, I could hold 2 in my hand.
Really? They start out that small?
Oh yeah, they're like a medium-sized rat.
Ew.
I would say
that doesn't sound fun.
Rats are cute.
Yeah, because they want to eat like every 2 to 3 hours of bottle fed, just constantly.
Oh my God!
Oh.
But I mean, it's so rewarding.
I remember those days.
But I mean, it's rewarding doing a bottle feeding because they know who you are as like a parent, and they respect you, and they just have that bond.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, don't even think about it.
Like humans. That's
yes.
Very cool. Where did
things are awesome.
Where did Dad go? By the way, Shippy, this is my mom, Stacy.
I'm the weird snake guy with the 2 toes.
Your dad is trying to ditch me. He's trying to do a ditch because he's trying to go have his dinner. You know how he gets a little.
Did you tell him to come back here so we can wrap it up and let Shippy go and enjoy his animals?
Okay, you need to come back so you can wrap things up.
Oh, he's trying to eat it, or she's trying to eat it.
Nebula.
Shiny things.
Goodness.
Nebula.
Oh, what is he trying to eat?
Nebula, come
There's
here.
something shiny on there. They've been very attracted to
the
that.
knob.
Oh.
The last 30 minutes, they've been very interested in that little container.
Is that it looks like a gumball machine.
Yeah, we put like candy and stuff in it, just like open the dish.
Oh, okay. So So they
It
know
smells
that's where
good. It's shiny. You know.
Right. Okay, Guy Schwartz. He's coming. He's on his way back.
Well, I don't know why he would leave, but anyways,
I'm not sure
it's
why. He didn't
speaking
leave.
of autism, Shippy, Guy has autism, so he and Carl are in the same boat.
I see John there in your background.
He's
Eliana.
he's back in. I don't use my slave name, please.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, she doesn't like.
Shippy's like, I'm never talking to these people again. Fuck these people.
You guys are probably the most normal people I talk to. I mean,
really, because we're none of us are fucking normal. But thank you. That's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said.
Thank you. Next time you have some other animals, we'd like to take a look at them.
No, we're gonna come out to Kansas City and we're gonna come
do a live remote.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live show at the Shippy Exotic. Oh,
leave it alone.
You want some good barbecue, Shippy?
Why does everyone say that? They would come to Kansas City and have this damn barbecue. I hate barbecue.
Okay.
What?
We're not going to do barbecue.
But there's Kansas City has like the best barbecue. Everyone comes around, does this stupid show things like Kansas City's best barbecue, but I hate barbecue. I don't like barbecue sauce.
Okay. Well, I like dry rub. But I do like Kansas City Chiefs. But I don't know what happened to my boy Holmes this year. He just kind of.
I don't like sports. I don't like sports either, so I guess I'm the weirdo.
It's okay.
I just don't have time to do anything. If I do anything, I take out we have sand rails and buggies, and we go to the dunes and go riding and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
So, anyways, thank you so much, Shippy. We hope to be out in Kansas City sometime once you've got your new ranch set up, and maybe do a live show from there if you'll have us. Well, you'll probably never talk to us again, but that's okay. Check us out, justanimalspod@gmail.com. Also Instagram, justanimalspod. Shippy, you're on the Instagram, aren't you?
Oh yeah, getting Shippy.
Getting Shippy on the Instagram. We'll tag you in this episode as well. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right.
And
Kirk
we'll see
out.
you guys next week.